Good morning, students. So, in this lecture, we are going to see how to solve exact and non-exact differential equation of first order and first degree. So, further, we have seen the necessary and sufficient condition to verify whether the given equation is exact or non-exact. So, first I will revise that. Suppose you are given an equation. Suppose you are given an equation m dx plus n dy equal to 0, and suppose I will say this equation is exact. This equation is exact if and only if that way both way implication. What is the necessary and sufficient condition to become this equation is exact? Yes, in terms of partial derivative. This one.
Partial derivative of m with respect to y is equal to partial derivative of n with respect to x.
Very good. So da by m by da by y is equal to da by n by da by x. So here I say this is a necessary and sufficient condition, means suppose if you are having an equation m dx plus n dy equal to 0 with these two partial derivatives are equal, we say the given equation is exact. In another way, suppose an equation m dx plus n dy equal to 0 is exact, then definitely these two derivatives are equal. So further, we have seen the rules for finding integrating factor. Yesterday also I recall. Suppose I will write the four rules. So number one, rule for finding exact differential equation. So what is the rule 1? Suppose rule 1. That rule 1 is, if the equation is m dx plus n dy equal to 0 and this equation is homogeneous with the condition that mx plus ny is not equal to 0, then the integrating factor is given by, yes, anyone?
1 upon mx plus ny.
1 upon mx plus ny. So that is the rule 1. Suppose the rule 2. So in rule 2, if the equation is given in the particular form, so this equation m dx plus n dy equal to 0 is in the form, what is the form? Y into f of xy dx plus x into some function of xy dy equal to 0, and further if mx minus ny is not equal to 0, then the integrating factor is given by, yes, one upon mx minus ny. Now rule number 4, rule number 3 and rule number 4, these are the related. So when you are going for rule 3 or rule 4, by trial and error method you have to decide. So in rule 3rd, suppose the equation in m dx plus n dy equal to 0 with the condition that da by m by da by y minus da by n by da by x. So what I should take in the denominator? Quickly.
n.
Yeah. So denominator is n and it is a function of which variable?
x.
X. Suppose it is f of x, then the integrating factor is given by e to the power integration of fx dx. So in the same manner, definitely when we say that given equation is non-exact, definitely we can see that the numerator is different from 0 because these two derivatives are not equal. And the last one, in the equation mx minus ny equal to 0 with, you have to change the role. So what I will do, I will take da by n by da by x minus da by m by da by y, so whole divided by which term? M. and if it's coming as a function of y alone, and suppose I am denoting that, then the integrating factor is given by e to the power function of y dy. E to the power function of y dy. So these are the four rules for finding integrating factor. This is first, this is the second, now this is the third, where the equation is non-exact, and this one is a fourth. Now I will start with the general examples. Okay. Now again I request, I will continue with the exact and non-exact both. So while finding the derivatives or another case, if I ask the question, respond immediately. Suppose example number 1. Example number 1. Solve the differential equation. Solve the differential equation which is given as 5x raised to 4 plus 3x square y square plus, sorry, it is a minus, not plus, it is a minus 2x y cube dx plus second term is 2x cube into y minus 3x square y square minus 5y raised to 4 dy equal to 0. Okay. Suppose you have to solve this equation. Now what I will do, I will call the given equation as number 1. Suppose this equation is number 1. And if you are comparing this equation with, what is the equation? These are the rough calculations I am writing. Suppose if you are comparing this equation with m dx plus n dy, then what are the values for m and n? Yes, anyone? Otherwise I will take name. Sankalp, what is m?
5x raised to 4 plus 3x square y square minus 2x y cube.
3x square y square minus 2x y cube. This is the m, the coefficient of x that we are calling as a m. And suppose if you are comparing the term n, then what is n? Omkar?
2x cube y minus 3x square minus 5 y raised to 4.
3x square y square minus 5 y raised to 4. So by comparing, we are writing the value of m and n. So first, at the end of the topic, directly don't conclude that the given equation is exact or non-exact. So for concluding that exactness part, you have to calculate the derivatives. So anyone can tell the derivative. Now suppose I will calculate partial derivative of m. Just a minute. Yeah, link to shape that I will switch off. Partial derivative of m with respect to y. Yes, anyone quickly? Term by term. Okay, I will take the name. Shivani. Shivani, what is the derivative of 5x raised to 4 with respect to y? Okay, Shruti. If you are not responding immediately, I will speak. Shruti. Okay, Sumit Patil. Are you there in the class? Sumit Patil. Yes, someone is unmuted. Who is that?
Sumit Patil, sir.
Yes, continue. What is the derivative of 5x raised to 4 with respect to y partially?
What, sir? I can't hear, sorry.
What is the partial derivative of 5x raised to 4 with respect to y? So my voice is clearly audible, na?
Yes, sir. There is range problem since 2 days. So,
Just, yeah. With respect to y, that 5x raised to 4 term is constant, so the derivative is 0. Next one. Second term, suppose if you are finding the derivative of second term, then
6x square y.
very good. 6 x square y minus last term 3 2s are 6
6x y square.
y square. Okay, so with respect to y, the x term is constant, that term you want to keep as it is, and the remaining term. So in the same manner, suppose if you are finding the derivative of next dA by n by dA by x, Prerna, are you in the class?
Yes, sir.
Yes, tell me. Partial derivative with respect to x.
6x square y.
6x square y. Okay, that is the derivative of first term partially with respect to x. Next. Very good. Second term.
6xy square.
6xy square. That is the derivative of the second term. And what about the last term?
0.
0. Now, what is your observation? Now, the question is open to all. What is your observation here? If you observe dA by m by dA by y and dA by n by dA by x, what is your conclusion or what is your observation?
Equation is exact.
Yeah, both derivatives, both partial derivatives are equal. That's why the given equation is exact. So here, I will conclude that dA by m by dA by y is equal to dA by n by dA by x. This implies that equation 1 is exact. Therefore, its solution is given by the formula. Its solution is given by, anyone can recall what is the formula? What should I write? Simultaneously I will write integration of, m dx, treating y as a constant, plus terms of n not containing, again I am telling, every time try to write the formula by writing that formula should be by heart, equal to some constant of integration. Initially I will use that constant of integration as a c. So this implies you have to take the term of m as it is, 5x raised to 4 plus 3x square y square minus 2xy cube. You have to take integral with respect to x, and at the same time you have to treat y as a constant. Is there any term in n which is free from x? JC, is there any term?
Yes.
What is the term? Why you are noting again? आपने आंसर बताया जैसे?
No, sir.
I will circle the term n. Okay, this is the n. So what is my question? You have to answer only. Okay. So verify term by term. Now the first term is 2x cube y. So the term is independent of x. हाँ या ना, yes or no? मतलब उसमें x का टर्म नहीं है?
Dependent.
No. हाँ या ना में आपको आंसर देना है. You have to say either yes or no. First term, again I will circle that. इसमें x है या नहीं है?
Yes.
है. So that means that term containing x. Second term, again I will circle it. So in second term, the term of x present?
Yes.
Third term, the term of x present?
No.
That means you have to take the third term with the proper sign. And what is the sign?
Minus.
So from here, the term which is independent of x is minus 5y raised to 4 dy equal to c. Okay. Now term by term can take integration. Now anyone can tell you the integration. Integration of 5x raised to 4 with respect to x. 5 as it is, by using x raised to n formula, its integration is x raised to 5 divided by 5. Is it right? Plus, with respect to x, 3 is constant, y square is constant. So that's why 3y square I will write as it is. Now integration of x square. Shresh Patil, are you there? Shresh? No. Siddhi? I think Siddhi Jadhav right now, roll number 7 or 8. कवाड़े, प्रतीक्षा कवाड़े, right ना? प्रतीक्षा कवाड़े.
X cube.
X cube by 3.
With respect to x is x cube divided by 3 minus, again with respect to x, y is constant. So 2y cube is remains as it is, and you have to take integration of x, and integration of x is x square by 2. Now this term is negative, that minus 5 as it is, y raised to 5 divided by 5 equal to c. Now one thing you can notice here, this 5 get cancelled, this 3 get cancelled, this 2 get cancelled, this 5 get cancelled. So the required answer is x raised to 5 plus x cube y square or y square x cube minus y cube into x square minus y raised to 5 is equal to c. That is the final solution, and which solution we call as a general solution. This solution we call as a general solution. If any doubt, any question, that question I will take, otherwise I will move to the next example. Suppose the second example. Just any questions?
No.
Okay, fine. Second one, solve the differential equation. Now, today lecture I am taking mix. It may be exact, it may be non-exact. Okay. Second example, it is given as y into xy plus 2x square y square into dx plus x into xy minus x square y square with respect to y equal to 0. Let us continue. Okay. Now here I will not write that m dx plus n dy like that. So directly I will call this equation as number 1. If you compare this equation with the standard m dx plus n dy, then here the value of m is y into the coefficient of dx, we can say. This is your m, this is your m. So m is given by y into xy plus 2x square y square. So further it can be simplified as xy square plus 2x square y cube, and value of n is, if you compare, I will take some faint color here because this is too dark. Okay, this one is fine, I think. Okay, so this is the value of n. This is the value of n. So it can be written as x into xy minus x square y square. So the same thing we can write as x square y minus x cube y square. Okay, these are the values for m and n. So purposely I have kept some space to the right side. Now here I will find the derivatives. Now partial derivative of m with respect to y, term by term derivative. So with respect to y, derivative of first term, I am highlighting that term, derivative of x y square with respect to y. This x remains same, derivative of y square is 2y, is it right? Plus, yes, anyone derivative of the second term?
6x square y square.
Yes, very good. 6x square y square. And in the same manner, partial derivative of n with respect to x. Yeah. It is 2xy, derivative of the first term. I will highlight it. Derivative of the first term, derivative of the second term with respect to x.
Minus 3x square y square.
Okay, what is your observation here? What is your observation? What is your observation? Both derivatives are not equal. One simple question I am asking. Dabba m by dabba y and dabba n by dabba x are not equal. So what is your conclusion?
Non-exact.
Yes, equation 1 is a non-exact. So here dabba m by dabba y is not equal to dabba n by dabba x. So this implies that equation 1, whatever the form is given, equation 1 is non-exact. Now can you guess which rule can I apply to find integrating factor?
Rule 2.
Yes, rule 2. So clearly this equation 1 is given in the form y into some function of xy into dx plus x into some function, you may use f1 and you may use f2 into xy dy equal to 0. Now, so here is you are having y term, here also we are having y term. So what is the meaning of this? Now see, the meaning of this means the xy plus 2x square y square, everything you should write in the every term you have to write in the form of xy only. So first term already it is given in the form of xy, that I will write xy plus 2 is a coefficient that you can adjust. Second term I will write xy square. Sorry, xy square. That means you can notice here each term is given in the form of xy. That means the first term is in the form of y into f of xy. So similarly, second also we can notice that second also we can write in this form. That means if we are having proper calculations, the rule 2 is applicable. So if you are thinking to apply rule number 2, so our first rule is to calculate mx minus ny. So that's why I will calculate that. So consider mx minus ny, and this rule is applicable only when if this term is not equal to 0. So if you multiply m by x, just a minute. Yes. So mx minus ny, if you multiply that equation, sorry for disturbance, m by x means I will write here red color. So this term you have to multiply by x. Then what will be the term? X square y square plus 2x cube y cube. Is it right? Minus. What is the second term? So for second term you have to multiply by y. Then what happens? The term becomes x square y square minus x cube y cube. Now simplify. So here you can notice that this x square minus y square and this x square minus y square, the term 1 cancels with the term 1. So what is the remaining factor then? 2x cube y cube minus x cube y cube becomes as a, it will be better if you respond, okay, and which is not equal to 0. So therefore that integrating factor is given by a reciprocal of this. What is the reciprocal then? 1 upon 3x cube into y cube. This is your major step. So this is your integrating factor. So after finding integrating factor, what is our step? I will scroll a little bit. Okay. What is your next step? Yes, after finding integrating factor, what you will do?
Multiplying integrating factor with equation number 1.
Multiply equation 1. Multiply equation 1 by integrating factor. Then you will get. Okay, ultimately see, I will use some different color. This is nothing but m. This term you have to multiply by 3 upon x cube y cube. That will come as a new m. Now look at that term and tell me the remaining one. So what is the first term? X y square divided by, it comes as 1 in the numerator, 3 is there, x upon x cube, y square upon y cube. Right now, make me correct if I am wrong. 2 comes in the numerator, and here this x cube term get cancelled. Denominator remains 3, x square upon x cube, which is a dx, plus in the same manner, second also you have to multiply by the same. Yes. Again it comes as 1 upon 3, x square upon x cube is x, y upon y cube is y square, minus 1 upon 3, x cube and x cube get cancelled, and y square upon y cube, that comes as a y. dy equal to 0. Now I will rub this one. Okay. Now this is a new equation. So what the result says? When you multiply the given equation by integrating factor or a non-exact equation by an integrating factor, then that equation becomes exact. Remember, not necessary to verify this equation is exact or non-exact. So as per theory, as per result, it is clear that the new equation is exact. Only thing is that you can multiply the given equation by 3. That means you can cancel that 3 everywhere. You can multiply the whole equation by 3. So left side it cancels 3 everywhere, and the right side 3 into 0 is 3. Therefore, so which is exact? So directly I will conclude which is exact. Which is exact, and its solution is given by integral of m dx, where you have to take that m, you have to take the value of m from the new equation or from the exact equation, and that is given as 1 upon x square y plus 2 upon x. This is integral with respect to x. Is there any term which is free from x? Tanmay Patil?
minus 1 upon 3y.
Okay, 3 I am cancelling. That means minus 1 upon y only. Okay? Everywhere I am cancelling 3. I am multiplying the whole equation by that term. So equal to some arbitrary constant. Initially, suppose I will call this as a c, and depending on the term, next I may adjust. Okay? Now, suppose you are taking term by term integration. Suppose if you are taking term by term integration, so with respect to x, this 1 upon y is constant. I will highlight that term. That written as it is. What is the integration of 1 upon x square? That I will write in the bracket. That formula you have to recall. What is the integration of 1 upon x square? Quick, anyone? Integration of 1 upon x square with respect to x. If you are not getting that term, you may write as x raised to minus 2. What is its integration?
Minus 1 by x.
Yeah, minus 1 by x. It's very good for taking a direct result. This is minus 1 by x. Okay. Now, integration of the next term. What is that term? 2 by x with respect to x.
2 log x.
2 log x. Next term is minus, I may write this as a log y, is it right? Equal to c. Or further if you want to simplify, first term is minus 1 upon xy plus 2 log x minus log y equal to c. So I will advise don't simplify the answer. You may keep as it is. If each term is coming in logarithm, in that case you may think of that. Or if you are comfortable, you may write this as or my first term I will write 1 upon x minus 1 upon xy as it is, plus I am using two properties simultaneously. Can I write this is x square upon y equal to c? Okay, either first or second. So I will advise don't simplify. Keep it as it is. While simplifying, again you may do some wrong calculation. That's why it will be better if you keep as it is. Any doubt in this? If any doubts, that I will take, otherwise I will move to the next one. Okay, there is no response means no doubts. Third example. Suppose the equation is given, solve x cube y plus y dx plus 2 into x square y square plus x plus y raised to 4 dy equal to 0. Now take 2 or 3 minutes and verify. Suppose this equation is number 1. So if you compare this equation with m dx plus n dy, so here the value of m is x cube y plus y and the value of n is 2 into x square y square plus x plus y raised to 4. And suppose if you are finding the derivatives, partial derivative of m with respect to y. Yes, anyone? Quickly reply if anyone knows the answer.
X cube plus 1.
X cube plus 1 and partial derivative of n with respect to x. This 2 remains as it is.
2x y square plus 1.
Plus 1, or if you simplify this, it comes as a 4xy square plus 2. So clearly these two derivatives are not equal. Dou by m by dou y is not equal to dou by n by dou x. So this implies that equation 1 is non-exact. Equation 1 is non-exact. Therefore, which rule you are going to apply? So just take a question answer. So can you tell which rule you are going to apply here? Now one by one. Can I apply one? Whether it is a homogeneous equation, you can notice now. Degree is 4, degree is 1, that is non-homogeneous equation. No question of number 1. Can I apply rule number 2 here? Can I apply rule number 2? No, can't enter in the particular y function of x, y. Means now the choice is rule number 3 and rule number 4. So for that, directly consider the subtraction and by trial and error method think of whether I should divide by x, divide by m or divide by y. So here I will take okay. So here I will take, suppose the subtraction, consider dou by m by dou y minus dou by n by dou x. By trial and error method I am taking direct subtraction. Okay. So this is given by x cube plus 1 minus 4xy square plus 2. And if you simplify this, it comes as x cube minus 4xy square. What is the next term? Minus 1. So what I have to do? Check the calculations whether I am correct. Just I will check the calculation. I will correct this example. So here what I will do? So its term is, I will correct and accordingly I will write. The term is x into y cube. The term is x into y cube. Then again this I have to change, this I have to change. Then definitely this one also I have to change. So this also I have to change. Okay. Now the term is xy cube. Then if suppose this is xy cube plus y, then with respect to y it is 3xy square plus 1. Now here, again just a minute. Second term also divided by 2x square y square plus x. Okay. So 3xy square plus 1, then 3xy square plus 1 minus, what is the term? 4xy square plus 2. And if you simplify, it comes as minus x y square and minus 1. And so here you can observe from m, if you take y as a common, you are getting x y square plus 1. That means this factor you can cancel. If you write the same term as by taking minus as a common, it is y square. X y square plus 1. So that's why divided by m, that I will consider. Now let dabba n by dabba x minus dabba m by dabba y, that whole divided by m. It becomes minus x y square plus 1 divided by m is y into bracket x y square plus 1. So this term get cancelled. So it will come as minus 1 upon y, and which is function of y, and that is our requirement, which is function of y alone. So that's why the integrating factor is given by e to the power integration of minus 1 upon y dy. That is e to the power integration of minus, what is integration of 1 upon y? Is log y. E to the power, it comes as, here I have to not write integral sign, already I am taking the integral, okay? So it is minus log y, and it comes as log y raised to minus 1. So this implies logarithm and exponentials are inverses of each other. That's why the integrating factor is given by y to the minus 1, or it can be written as 1 upon y. Therefore, multiply equation 1 by integrating factor. Can anyone help me to write that? Multiply equation 1 by integrating factor. I have to scroll down, instead of that to refer your notes and tell you the steps. Then we will get, 1 upon y. You have to multiply by 1 upon y. First term is, I think, x cube y cube. It comes as x y square. Confirm me. Plus second term is y, and y divided by y. Plus, I think outside 2 is there, x square y square divided by y means x square y, plus x is there, that becomes x upon y, plus y raised to 4 upon y, that comes as a y cube, equal to 0. And suppose this is example number 2, which is exact, okay, which is exact, and its solution is given by the formula. Its solution is given by, what is the time? It's 12:01. Okay. Integral of m dx. Try to write every time, treating y as a constant, plus terms of n not containing x with respect to y equal to c. That is, m is x y square plus 1 with respect to x, treating y as a constant, plus, is there any term which is free from x?
2y cube.
Yeah, it is a 2y cube. I forgot to write that also. Okay, 2y cube dy equal to c. So if you take integration term by term, what is the integration of first term? I think it comes as x square by 2 na? Integration of x is x square by 2 and this y square remains as it is, plus integration of 1 with respect to x.
X.
Okay, and next one 2 y cube divided by 3 equal to c. That means the same expression I will write one more time. X square y square divided by 2 plus x plus.
Could be 2y to the power of 4 by 4.
Yes, correct. Thank you. It is y raised to 4 divided by 4. Yeah, thank you. This is y raised to 4 because the term is y cube, is y raised to 4 divided by 4. So it can be written as divided by 2, and this 2 I will cancel. This 2 I will cancel. So it becomes. Now that is the final answer. Any doubt? That question should be there from your end. If the same term will be there, then what will be the solution? That is my question. Because still we are not learned the remaining methods, that is linear, non-linear, variable separation, or other methods by this integrated factor by inspection. So that example also we can solve. Okay. So here we are going to see only exact and non-exact. That's why I am focusing on the that part only. So this is I think third example. Now I will continue the fourth questions. Fourth example. Now the equation is x square y minus 2x y square dx plus sorry, it is a minus. I will change the statement only, otherwise I can adjust that also. It's minus x cube minus 3x square y with respect to y equal to 0. And suppose this is my equation number 1. Now proceed, take 1 or 2 minutes, try for this. Suppose if you compare this equation with m dx plus n dy then. So here the value of m is given by x square y minus 2x y square. And what is the value of m? Manjit, what is the value of m? Okay, it is minus x cube plus 3x square y. Find the derivatives. Now find partial derivative of m with respect to y. So with respect to y, this x square is constant, that remains as it is, and derivative of y with respect to y is 1. Now with respect to y, the derivative of y square is 2y, so it comes as 2 into 2 as a 4xy. Similarly, partial derivative of n with respect to x. So derivative of the first term is 3x square plus 6xy. Okay. Now clearly the two derivatives are not equal. So clearly partial derivative of m with respect to y is not equal to partial derivative of n with respect to x. So this implies equation 1 is non-exact. Therefore, to find the integrating factor, so tell me at least which role you are going to prefer.
First one.
Yeah, because the given equation is a homogeneous, degree is 3 everywhere, you can observe. The given equation is a homogeneous, that's why I will consider the factor mx plus ny. Now if you multiply by x, it becomes x cube y minus 2x square y square plus or minus, the next term is minus x cube y plus 3x square y square. So you can notice that x cube y and minus x cube y get cancelled, and if you consider these two terms together, then the remaining is x square y square, and which is not equal to 0. Therefore, that integrating factor is given by 1 upon x square y square. Integrating factor is given by 1 upon x square y square. Now, after getting integrating factor, our next step is to multiply. So multiply equation 1 by integrating factor. Then you will get. Can anyone help me to write the term? What is the first term? So if required. So for your understanding, I will take some different color, then you get idea. Okay, suppose this term I will write after that. So 1 upon x square y square term you are multiplying. Now first term x square get cancelled, y upon y square is 1 upon y minus y square get cancelled, it becomes 2 upon x, is it right? Here I will write plus, and this term I will consider. Minus x cube means the term is negative. It can be written as x upon y square. Plus 3 is there. X square get cancelled. Y upon y square is dy equal to 0, and suppose this is equation 2. So am I right? Whatever I written is correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Therefore, definitely this equation is exact, which is exact. Therefore, its solution is given by the formula. Its solution is given by integral of m dx treating y as a constant plus terms of n not containing x with respect to y equal to c. Now in this case m is 1 upon y minus 2 upon x. You have to take integral with respect to x, and you have to take y as a constant. Is there any term which is free from x? I think there is second term is free now. This one 3 upon y, there is no x term. So integration with respect to y equal to c, and if you integrate term by term with respect to x, y is constant. So 1 upon y is also constant, so that can be written as x upon y. Minus 2 is constant, integration of 1 upon x is log x, plus 3 is constant, integration of 1 upon y with respect to y is log y equal to c. So here we will consider this as the final answer. Okay, this is the final answer. One example I will write, one more, and try to complete, and meanwhile I will take your attendance also. I think 5th example now. Don't leave the class, okay? Try to complete. I will give 5 minutes because it's 12:11 up to 12:20 I have to continue. Solve the equation 1 plus 2xy into cos of x square minus 2xy dx plus sin of x square minus x square dy equal to 0, and suppose this equation is number 1. So take 1 or 2 minutes, I will pause the video and try to complete it. Now, anyone completed this? whether it becomes exact or non-exact.
It's exact.
It becomes exact. Okay, very good. It becomes exact. Both the derivatives are equal. Both the derivatives. Some students are attending for the attendance purpose only. Okay, exact. If this equation is exact, then what is the solution? Anyone complete it? Tell me. If not, you have to verify your answer. That answer is x plus y into sine of x square minus y into x square equal to c. That is the final answer. Anyone obtained it?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Okay. So next lecture we will continue with the linear. If required some more examples, I will do for practice. I think no one is trying that. So that's why I will not do any example. So any doubt today lecture? Any doubt? So today we are taking that numericals on exact and non-exact. The same thing you have to do at the end of the units. When after at the end of the units, the example is given. First you have to identify which method is applicable. So according to that you have to apply. That is exact, non-exact, linear, non-linear, variable form, homogeneous, any method we can apply. That answer is the same in all the cases. Okay. Thank you. Today I will stop here. Next lecture continue with the linear part.